Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Monday, the 18th of April, 2022. Now, today being a bank holiday, it was match day. But before we get into the match reports from today's game, we're going to actually go a bit backwards. We're going to start off with the table as it is now after all the games have been played on Easter Monday. All of the championship games were staggered, and I believe Fulham didn't play today. They're playing tomorrow. So here is the table as it stands. If you don't know, we won 2-1. I did predict that in my preview video, which is quite happy with that. Didn't have any money on it, but money's not the only thing in the world. So here we are. We won. We're unbeaten now in 3 games. And we have now moved up to 7th. We're on 65 points. We are, what would you say? So there's basically a 4-team league between Sheffield United, Millwall, Blackburn Rovers and Middlesbrough. You could extend that as well, but yeah, actually let's add QPR to that. And let's add Coventry to that. So it's what was that? 6-team league. There's a 6-team league. We're in 2nd place. We're in 2nd place in this little mini league of 6 teams that are vying for that last 6th spot in the table. We've moved up to 2nd. Very, very good. Very, very good. We now travel next to Birmingham away. But let's have a little chat about what happened today. So here are the results, and the early kickoff was that Middlesbrough game, 12:30. Now I was kind of following out. I wasn't following it all the time. I was going off and come back on and just checking it out. So I see that Huddersfield had gone 1-0 up and got fantastic. That's a good result for us. And then later on, when I went to check it just before checking to see what the Millwall team was, which gets put up at 2 o'clock on Twitter. So I checked what the result was. See, it was 2-0. So I thought, well, let's have a look at the table and see what that's done to the table as it stands. Now here's the thing: Middlesbrough had dropped a place on goal difference from being 1-0 down. They were in the same place they were where they were at the start of the day. Losing by 2 goals, they dropped a place on goal difference. That is how tight it is. And so as the Millwall game is happening, I'm listening to it on iFollow. First half, bit dull, bit bitty, not a lot going on. It sounded like fans were making a lot of noise, which is always good to hear. And then second half, Mill score. A bit of a fluke goal apparently, and I've seen the highlights since, and yeah, it really was. Second goal, like I said, Tom Bradshaw, he needed to start. His energy was there, and he worked well with Phobie. Phobie put that on a plate for him, and he ate it all up. So we go 2-0 up. So okay, let me check the table now. Let me check the other results, because I wasn't really paying attention. I was just listening to the Mill game, because it's about what we do now. About what we do. We obviously need some of the other results to go the way. But last week, on Friday, they mostly went our way, the other results, even though we had a bit of a disappointing result. The 1-1 draw at Preston, but hey, you can't win them all. And I think, well, 2 times in a row are the results going to go our way again. Apparently they did, because if you can see on your screen now, Blackburn Rovers lost 1-0 away at Stoke City. That is a shocking result, and if we go back to the table, you see Blackburn have not now. They've got 2 draws in the last 5 games. Not a good time to be doing that. And you see Middlesbrough as well. Their form there. If you look there on the right hand side, last 4 games, 3 defeats and a draw. really not a good time to start doing that. And we are doing it right. And QPR as well, win. Now, is that good or bad for us? Well, it's good. Why is it good? Because we got a better goal difference than them. We're 2 points ahead of the QPR, but we need QPR to think that they can still do something. Why? Because they have to play Sheffield United at home. And the QPR have been absolutely dog shit. So if they can actually scrape together some results and get a bit of pride going, come playing the QPR Sheffield United at Loftus Road, or is it Cayenne Prince Stadium, as it is now. If QPR have got their act together, this could be magical for Millwall. If they beat Sheffield United and then we get into 6th spot, yes, fantastic. So let's go back to the results. As you can see, Coventry City lost at home to Bournemouth. Fantastic. And now Luton beat Cardiff. Obviously, I think Luton and Nottingham Forest, they're off and away. Forest won 4-0 at West Brom in the evening game. Now here's the absolute fantastic result. Now Bristol City, absolute shit this season. I thought they would get relegated before the season started. They managed not to do that. So they've obviously exceeded most people's expectations. They were 1-0 up against Sheffield United. And I only found out after the game that it actually finished 1-1. And yeah, so it's 2 second half goals. Fantastic result for us and for Bristol City. Sheffield United on the wobble. Are they wobbling as well? Hopefully, because man, can you believe it? Can we really do this now? Can we really do this? Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be something to behold. So here's the next games coming up. Obviously in our little table that I said, the 16 league, whatever it is. So Blackburn, Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, QPR, Coventry. What they do? So Sheffield United are home to Cardiff. So Steve Morrison, please figure that one out. Stoke City against QPR. Middlesbrough got to go away to Swansea City. Coventry got to go away to West Bromwich. And we've got to go away to Birmingham. Now, what did Birmingham do today? I didn't mention them so far. Oh, they lost 6-1 away at the mighty Blackpool. You know, the Blackpool. That famous team that scores so many goals. 6-1. Now, our away form is not the best, but if Birmingham City are losing 6-1, I think there might be a possibility that we could go to Birmingham and fucking win that game. Can you imagine how that would be? Then we have 2 games left. Peterborough at home and Bournemouth away. Can we do it? Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you remember when we actually got out of this league. Was it when we got out of the league? The Bristol Rovers game where we were losing. We come back. If we had to come back, our season would have been ending if we didn't win that game. We ended up winning. I think it was 3-2. And then we get in the playoffs. And then we fucking end up like winning the playoffs and getting promoted. Absolute scenes. So we got in on the last day before in League One. Could we do it again in the Championship? Maybe. So having shown you all that, let's look at the match report from today's game there. And here it is from newsatden.co.uk. Mill 2, Hull City 1. Mill will place themselves firmly in the playoff picture with a 2-1 victory against Hull City at the Den on Easter Monday. Second half goals from Scott Malone and Tom Bradshaw saw the Lions climb to 7th in the table, level on points with Sheffield United in 6th. So the Blazed have a game in hand. No, they don't. They had a game in hand when the match report was written, but the game in hand was played at, I think it was a 5:30 kickoff. So, yeah. So it was true. Probably should be updated. I don't know if they do that. I know the bigger paper websites update all this shit all the time. With results elsewhere going their way, the victory could prove crucial for Garrett's side as the battle for a top 6 finish goes on. Millwall dominated the opening stages of the game, but it was the visitors who had the first real effort on goal. Alfie Jones' low shot was smartly kept out by Bart Biakaski, who got down quickly to his left. Tyler Burry, starting in place of the injured Jed Wallace, more on that later, almost capitalised on a poor Callum Elder back pass in the 17th minute. The youngster beat City goalkeeper Nathan Baxter to the ball, but couldn't get it under control before Elder recovered a tackle. The Lions' first effort on target came in the 40th minute as Malone looked to place Bradshaw's headed knockdown into the bottom right corner. Baxter reacted sharply to tip the cushion shot around the post. After a frustrating first half, the Lions came racing out the blocks for the second. Benekofobi forced Baxter into the action in the 47th minute with an awkward effort from 8 yards out. Hull City replied within minutes, going close from a corner. The first effort rebounded off the post with Biakaski stopping the follow-up on the line. The miss proved costly for the visitors as the hosts immediately opened and scoring down the other end. Malone's poor touch appeared to have cost the Lions their chance, but the whole clearance rebounded off the wing-back on the edge of the box and ricocheted into the bottom corner to give Millwall the lead on 51 minutes. Talking about luck and getting lucky, how lucky was that goal? I don't know if you've seen it yet. The highlights will probably be on YouTube by the time you've seen this. Check them out. Millwall doubled their advantage within 5 minutes of Foe combining well with Bradshaw, who confidently curled his finish past Baxter. It was almost free after Fobe twisted and turned his way past Jacob Greaves before pulling his finish into the side net in the 66th minute. Both Murray, Wallace and Burry went close in quick succession, the former denied by Baxter, while the latter's scuff finish clipped the top of the bar. Yeah, and George Saville got his way there. George Saville got in Tyler Berry's way, or vice versa, I don't know, but Berry was the one who got the shot away, and he had to kind of adjust his body last minute to adapt to being interrupted by George Saville. So Baxter was in action again late on, keeping out substitute Oliver Berg's deflected effort in the 82nd minute. Tom Eaves pulled one back for the visit in the 86th minute, but it proved to be too little too late for the Tigers as the Lions roared home in front of an ecstatic crowd. Takeaways: Burry and Bradshaw bounced back after what was a quiet first half of Millwall front three. Yeah, the first half was typical first half. Let's defend. We'll do. Don't worry about trying to score goals. We'll do that in the second half. It's typical of how we play at the minute under Gary Rowett. But both Bradshaw and Burry showed their quality on their returns to the starting lineup. Burry was instrumental in the open and caused Hull persistent problems down the left flank, while Bradshaw demonstrated his striker's instinct with a superb finish to double the Lions' lead. Rowett will be delighted with the pair's contribution hitting form as they enter a crucial stage of the season. There was one positive, but that only came on the back of another injury worry. Sean Hutchinson made his return, coming on from Malone, who appeared to have picked up an injury. Indeed, more on that later. No Jed, no drama. News of Jed Wallace's injury would have been cause for concern going into a crucial game for Millwall. The talisman attacker has been central to the Lions' attack all season, and his last injury coincided with a barren spell in January. However, his teammates stepped up in his absence and showed a killer instinct to ensure the 3 points stayed in SC16. Millwall will be hoping Wallace is back for the final 3 games of the season, as he could be the difference maker in a tight playoff race. Well, is it the final 3 games of the season? Will we have some more games after that? Are we going to have another 2 games after the end of the season, or another 3 games? Who knows? Playoffs are still on, yes they are. With results going Millwall's way elsewhere in the division, victory sees them move level with 6. Despite looking out, well, this is obviously been written. He's written it. I don't know if he knew Sheffield United would be playing, but again, Sheffield United got the point, so we're 1 behind on 6. Let's go back down. Despite looking out of the running on a number of occasions, the Lions have hung on to their top 6 ambition and now into the final 3 games with a genuine possibility of achieving their aim. The Lions' next opponents, Birmingham, will be coming off the back of a 6-1 hammering away to Blackpool. It has to be another 3 points with teams around them still having games in hand. Boom. Boom. How many are we going to score at Birmingham? Come on. Team news. Rout made 3 changes. Yes, that was good to see. To decide that Drew 1-1 Preston North End on Good Friday. A lot of teams were going with the 3 changes. I noticed not really any wholesale changes, but you need to shake it up when you're going Friday, Monday. Short turnaround there. Mikkel, Keftenbeld and Burke dropped to the bench with Saville and Bradshaw coming in. Saville was very good. Saville was very, very good. Barry replaced Jed Wallace, and he was very good as well. The team was Biakowski, McNamara, Ballard, Cooper, Murray, Wallace, Malone, Hutchinson. Hutchinson came on as a sub for Malone, and Murray Wallace moved out to the left. Mitchell, Saville, Bury, Bradshaw, Foby. Burke came on as a sub for Bury, and Leonard came on as a sub for Foby. Just trying to shore it up at the end because we did have a few squeaky bums in the end. I know I did. Not really a good last 10 minutes, especially with the friggin' 5 minutes of injury time. Are you having a laugh? And the substitutes not used were Long, Kieftenbeld, Ojo, and Evans. So there you have it as the match report from News at Den. And yes, indeed. Now, moving on to post-match comments. So obviously, this was written before Sheffield United played their game, and they played their game with Bristol City, and they did manage to get a point. So it's now 66. So we after the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we were joint 6 on points, just 7th on goal difference. But Sheffield United got a point. They go 66. We're 65. Blackburn 63. Middlesbrough 63. QPR 63. There you have it. Middlesbrough got a game in hand. Forest got 2. So like I said, we're all playing for that 6th spot. The teams that you can see on your screen there: Sheffield United, Millwall, Blackburn, Middlesbrough, QPR and Coventry, playing for that 6th spot. So all these teams going for that 1 place in the playoffs. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy finish to a crazy league. So let's get on to the manager's post-match comments. And this is also from news@den.co.uk. Millwall's Gary Rowett gives his reaction after win over Hull City, including nervy last 5 minutes. Millwall manager Gary Rowett felt his side could have scored 3 or 4 goals in a 2-1 win against Hull City on Easter Monday that boosted the Lions' top 6 chances. Scott Malone and Tom Bradshaw scored after half-time to put the Lions in a commanding position. Hull scored 3 minutes from the end though, end through Tom Eves, but the Lions went on to claim 3 points. It was a poor time to concede. I thought we looked really comfortable in the game up until that point, Rowett said. They get a little bit of fortune like we do for the first goal to ricochet to the player and he finishes as well. I actually thought we saw the game out pretty comfortably in the end, but it's always nervy at 2-0. The opposition scoring, it makes it a little bit nail-biting for everyone in the stadium. But I thought we did enough today. First half we didn't do enough as we would have liked. Didn't show enough composure and movement off the ball and become a little bit too predictable. You have to remember Hull are 5 games unbeaten away from home. It was actually 6, Gary. It was actually 6. They were on an unbeaten run of 6 games, and we ended that. They're actually a very well set up side. They move in unpredictable ways, which makes it hard to get our natural passing game high up the pitch. Couple of saves for either keeper. Bart makes a big save for us. Second half, a little bit of fortune with the goal, the ricochet for the goal. I just think settled the game down, and from then I thought it looked like we would go and score 3 or 4 goals. Because we didn't add to the 2 goals, it gives a chance of the game to stay alive for a little bit longer. Okay, so now moving on to more comments from Garrett, this time about the team selection that he made, including not playing Hutchinson from the start. So Millwall boss and difficult Hutchie decision, but now Skipper could get his chance plus Bradder's finish. Garrett explained the performances of his back three have made it difficult to put Sean Hutchinson back in the side, though injury might now give the on-field skipper his chance. What a sentence that is. Hutchinson came on for his first appearance since February when he replaced injured goal scorer Scott Malone in the 64th minute of the 2-1 win against Hull City on Monday. Danny Ballard replaced Hutchinson in the team after the captain damaged his calf against Sheffield United 10 games ago. Dan's been excellent for us after coming back into the team. When you've got someone like Sean Hutchinson, it's been hard to just change it. Rowett said, Hutchie has been one of our best players for a long time now. He's our captain when he's on the pitch. But I don't think there has been any real need to change it. Our back three have been really, really solid. We haven't conceded many goals. We've got one of the best defensive records in the season. We conceded 2 goals at Stoke and we conceded 2 goals somewhere else away from home. And we've scored 3 own goals in the last 3 away games. So, arguable. But now it probably opens up, if Scotty is out, for Archie to come back in. It's a nice sub to have at that point, to have someone of that experience to settle us down. I thought he made some really good interceptions like we know Archie does. Indeed. One of the best in the league at doing that. Tom Bradshaw scored Millwall's second goal after long ball forward from Ballard. Rowett added, if you look at the goal at their place, it was a bit more of a patient build-up and good turn from Ben Cafoe to put Bradders in. This time it was a little bit more of a route one. I was just about to have a go at Danny Ballard for just hoiking it up in the air about 100 feet. But then Bennett wins it and Bradders anticipate. Well, Bennett just flicks it on. It seems he already knows what he's going to do as he jumps for the ball. It's like, yeah, not even. And Bradshaw also knows what he's going to do. It's like instincts, like sixth sense. They basically know. He's going to go, okay, he's going to jump for it and flick it towards me. I would start running now then. Yeah, it was really a well put together goal. You're suddenly, he's on the other side of the defender. He just reads it a little bit quicker, but it's still a difficult position. And I think what Bradders has done really well this season is shown that composure that he's shown so many times in his career. Every time he gets a chance now, I look at it and think he's going to finish it, which is testament to him and his mentality this year. It's a good finish. So a good finish from Tom Bradshaw, according to Gary Rowett. Fantastic. Now we get on to this from London News Online.co.uk, which we've already basically said. Yeah, this is basically what we've just read on the the Newsday website. Really, it's the same. So we're just gonna skip that because why not? Now this is also from Newsday.co.uk. It's about Jed Wallace and his injury. So what the fuck is happening? Millwall's Jed Wallace set to have scan on groin injury. Tasman not ruled out for the rest of the season. What has he been doing? Groin injury? He's pulled his groin. Dirty boy. Dirty boy. Jed Wallace is set to have a scan on a groin injury on Tuesday. Wallace, 28, missed Mill's game against Hull City on Monday. The host won the crucial fixture 2-1 to move level on points with 6. Yeah, that's out of date. They are not level on points with Sheffield United now. Tyler Berry replaced Wallace in the side as Scott Malone and Tom Bradshaw scored the crucial goals. Boss Gary Rowett said Jed Wallace could miss a couple of games. Mill have 3 games left to try and reach the playoffs, and maybe another 3 games after that. Fingers crossed. Malone also went off and he was replaced with Sean Hutchinson. It looks like he's done his hamstring, Rowett said when asked about Malone. We'll look and see and hope they're not too serious, but I would say that both will be touch and go at this late stage of the season. It's obviously difficult if you pick up an injury that is more than a mild grade 1. It probably rules you out for the rest of the time of the season. We'll wait and see over the next few days and probably both get them scanned. And there you have it. Could be the undoing, or could not be. And the way Tyler Berry played, like a man possessed. Obviously not happy being left out. Discarded like yesterday's news, and obviously had the point to prove, and he proved it quite well today. I thought Tyler Berry played very well. Hopefully, if he gets a chance, he can do it against Birmingham, and maybe he could be the hero of the hour, who does what needs to get done without Jed Wallace being in the side. Someone needs to step up. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.